Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday, and welcome into another edition of Royal Bettors. I'm Jared Grubel, as always. Jake's away. He's probably going to step aside for a week. He said he needs a break, and that's all right. We're going to break down this Sunday card in the NHL for you. I am, not we. Um, I went 2-5 yesterday. Hawks let me down in the first period. Nashville put up a big stinker against Montreal. But other than that, the Caps came through, the Canes came through, and the props were awesome. We won 7-3, I believe, on the props. Like, that's ridiculous. I mean, the return on that was just insane. We hit so many goal props, over the half a point props. It felt really good. But we'll head on over to today. We got, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7 games to talk about here in the NHL today. A couple of them early, a couple of them late. And we'll kick things off here with Minnesota versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. Oops, wrong game. Tampa Bay minus 165 at home. Minnesota plus 140 away. Over under 6 shaded to the over. I have absolutely no interest in this game, in all honesty. Tampa games here, they're on my shit list. I mean, they're the most random team in terms of betting in my world, if you ask me. Like, I mean, in this game here, Elliott's 9-4 with the goals against, under 2 in his lifetime versus Minnesota. I mean, this is going to end up being a hard pass for me here. I mean, no matter how much like the stats favor Tampa or go against them, I can't pick, the right side of it no matter what. So if I can't get it right, I'm not going to go to it. So that's how that's going to go. Buffalo Sabres and New York Rangers here. Buffalo 215 on the road, Rangers minus 265 here at home. Over under 5.5 shaded to the over. I'm going to go ahead and keep fading the Buffalo Sabres in the first period until they could show me that they have some strong starts, because they haven't done that in almost 2 weeks. They're 1-5-4 in their first period in their last 10. Rangers are at home off a loss here. Even if we get Georgiev in goal, I'm still confident Blue Shirts early on. I got them over. I got them to lead after the first period, minus half a goal. Excuse me, plus 120. That's what we're going to rock and roll with in this one. I think the Blue Shirts will come out here roaring early. Buffalo's been really weak here the last 5 in the first period. I mean, I've been paying attention to their games, and I mean, that's why I've been going against them so much here in period 1. And they're also on a back-to-back tomorrow against Columbus. So, I mean, I don't know if that'll have anything into their factor, but we're right before American Thanksgiving and all that, and some players might just be trying to get to the holiday. But yeah, I'm on Rangers first period, plus 120. Rock and roll with that. Calgary and Boston here. Calgary plus 155 on the road. Boston minus 175 home favorites. Over under 5.5 shaded to the under. So I hopped on this first period over. Calgary loves to score early on the road. We know this. The amount of goals they've scored on the road here early on, especially on these East Coast trips, is insane. And Boston loves to score early at home. Only 2 times this season they haven't struck first on home ice. I hopped on this first period over minus 120. I think this is going to be a really good back and forth hockey game. It's the last game of the road trip for Calgary. I expect them to stay focused, though. Dan Vladar is probably going to get the start. He's making his return for Boston, so I would expect the team to want to play well for him. And not to mention here in the first period, 3 of the last 4 times these teams have played, it's gone over 2.5 in the first period. So we've seen 3 first period goals here a lot when these two teams meet up. So yeah, I like the first period over here. I think Calgary, I mean, either team could really score the first goal, but I could see first 10 minutes for sure. Something going in. So yeah, Calgary, Boston, first period over, minus 120. Go ahead and lock that one in. Carry along here. Toronto and the Islanders. Toronto minus 125, Islanders plus 105, over under 5.5 shaded to the over. This one did move since all the Islanders COVID news started out yesterday. But I mean, I did like them to win this game yesterday. I said on the show here that I love the spot for the Isles to win. I decided though that I'm going to take the Isles first period money line, tie no bet plus 100. I do think that they start off strong in this game after what happened yesterday versus Calgary. But also, this crowd, like I mentioned, should be a lot more rowdy because Tavares is back in town with the Maple Leafs. I mean, all the diehard fans, I would imagine, are choosing to go to this game instead of the game yesterday. So I'd expect a much more wild crowd in that UBS arena. I think the Isles will feed off of this energy, and it'll put us in a good spot to at least push and not lose this bet. And for Toronto is Wool, so I mean that could help us here. Sorokin's going to be in that for the Islanders. I like the Islanders here. Tie no bet in the first period because If we tie, we get our money back, and I think there's pretty good odds that the Isles feeding off that energy here in the first period. The Leafs don't seem to score too many goals, and they were shut out last night. You gotta go through customs here into the United States. Could be a rough one for Toronto, at least early on. I don't know. Islanders dealing with all that COVID stuff. It's just I want to bet them on the money line, but I'm not gonna. Hope you guys feel. Anyways, here, wrong game. Chicago and Vancouver. Chicago plus 115, Vancouver minus 135 here at home. Over under 5.5 shaded to the over. I'm going to hop back on the Hawks first period under train here. It's plus money here, plus 105. I was actually kind of surprised to see that. I think this game is snooze fest all over it. Fleury's back in goal for the Hawks. The first 30 minutes of yesterday's game was awful. The last 30 minutes are all right. I mean, it wasn't great. It wasn't miserable. I think they're going to have a much better effort here against Vancouver. Vancouver's still struggling here in the first period. They've escaped the first period with 2 leads twice here over their last 15 games. I do kind of like the Hawks first period money line here. Tie no bet plus 105. I mean, King, the new head coach here, he's going to 100% be pissed and emphasize what went wrong at Edmonton yesterday. I mean, as soon as he walked in the door here, he emphasized starting strong. And, I mean, he needed these strong starts as soon as he took over here. And that message was sent and received then. And, they hadn't trailed at all until yesterday. And I think that that's going to be sent and received again here as of last night or this morning, whenever they have that conversation. I mean, a Hawks 1-0 correct score after the first at plus 475 sounds fun. I'm not going to add it. But, I mean, Hawks tie no bet plus 105 and Hawks first period under. I don't think Vancouver's going to get one here early on Fleury. I think that everything's going to be settled down, slow pace. Maybe Hawks get a power play and cash in. So, yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, we push on the tie no bet. So, yeah, Hawks first period, plus 105, tie no bet, and the Hawks Vancouver Canucks first period under, also plus 105. 2 more games to talk about here. One of them's Washington and Seattle. Washington minus 125, Seattle plus 110 at home. Over under 5.5 shaded to the over. This one here, I like the Caps even though it's the end of the road trip. Kind of like the Flames, but I just took the first period over there. I do lean Flames to win. I don't know if it'll get there. Seattle, they've just been abysmal, man. They've lost just several in a row here. Caps still get to take on their old pal Philip Grubauer. He's not played well at his new home here in Seattle. I like the Caps money line minus 130. I also like John Carlson to score a goal plus 360. Got to go back to our buddy Jake's theory here of top defenseman scoring against the Seattle Kraken. It's been on a great run as of late. You got to keep it up. So Caps money line here and an early preview on the props. John Carlson to score a goal plus 360. So kept it quick and simple there on the Caps. I mean, I don't think it'll be a runaway, just kind of like yesterday. Even though it was 4-0, it wasn't exactly a runaway against San Jose. I mean, Caps here in this road trip, I mean, they've been going under. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if this is just like a 3-1 Caps win, and they just kind of like get their business done and move on to getting home before the holidays, before Thanksgiving here on Thursday. Yeah, give me the Caps on the money line, plus 130. Nothing wrong. Or plus 130, minus 130. Nothing wrong there. Last game to talk about, the Arizona Coyotes and LA Kings. Kings minus 255, Yotes plus 205, Road Dogs, over under 5.5, shaded to the under. This is a game that's going to be a pass for me. I mean, the line's just too drastic. The Yotes, they've won 2 in a row here. Might be the only time all year they do win 2 in a row. Excuse me. Granted, I mean, yeah, like I said, they're not going to get the 3 in a row. I do like the Kings. I'm not going to bet them on this line. I mean, it could be a way over game, could be a way under game. No thanks from this one from every perspective. So it'll be a pass from me there. To review my card, I like Rangers first period minus half a goal. Calgary, Boston first period over. Islanders first period money line, tie no bet. Hawks first period money line, tie no bet. Hawks, Canucks first period under. And the Capitals money line. We'll head on over here to the props. As always, I like Jordan Eberle here over half a point. The odds for him haven't been posted yet. Same for Seth Jones. I mean, that's going to be on my list every single night. Like I mentioned, only 2 times all year has he been held scoreless, and the value there for him has been awesome. So when those posted, Eberle and Seth Jones over half a point will be posted and bet on. DeBrincat anytime goal scorer plus 165. He's been the best Blackhawk throughout this entire season. I think he keeps the hot streak going here. Mangiapane plus 210. He's got 4 goals in his last 2 games, and all of his goals so far have come on the road. I think he's going to want to get another one here for him before they head home for a little bit. The Flames do. And then, as I mentioned, John Carlson plus 360 to score a goal. Got to keep the active defenseman going here against the Seattle Kraken. It's cashed here for Jones and McCarr the last couple games for me. Got to go to John Carlson here in this one. So that's the props. Head on over to DFS here before we get to best bets. My centermen, they're going to be Michael Backlund and Bo Horvat here. Backlund playing on a line with Mangiapane, kind of wanted to stack that. Bo Horvat, it was between him or Brock Besser for me. Both of them kind of like get to the Hawks. And I was going to put a good old Canuck in there because I needed to. And I went with Horvat here. Mangiapane, DeBrincat, as I mentioned, I like always putting the props in there for goal scorer. Or, just the props in there in my DFS lineup, not just for goal scorers. But yeah, those 2 guys in my lineup as the winger. Craig Smith scored in his return yesterday for Boston. I have him in there as a 2,500 option on the wing. He was super cheap. I put both defensemen, Jones and Carlson, in my lineup. Followed up by Fleury in goal. I do think the Hawks will have a bounce-back effort defensively. I don't think they're going to get shellacked down the way they did yesterday. Eberle is my utility man. I think he keeps the point streak going here. Even if Seattle just gets 1, I think he'll factor into the scoring there one way or another. So yeah, that's the DFS lineup. Michael Backlund, Bo Horvat, Andrew Mangiapane, Alex DeBrincat, Craig Smith, Seth Jones, John Carlson, Marc-Andre Fleury, Jordan Eberle. Again, through the props, Eberle over half a point, Seth Jones over half a point, DeBrincat to score, Mangiapane to score, John Carlson to score. And then the best bets. My best bet here, gave it close consideration. I wanted to put the Hawks first period under in there, but I just didn't because basically these best bets here, they end up being losers for me. As bad as their record is, you see it on the bottom of your screen. They're 12-21. I don't know what it is. No matter how good I feel about it, I just can never come up with a best bet winner on this show. But I'm going to go ahead and make it the New York Rangers here in the first period, minus half a goal, plus 120. I'm going to continue fading the Buffalo Sabres here early on in games. I think that's a recipe for success. And because Zibanejad is going to end up playing in this one after a COVID scare, it ended up being a false positive, and that did worry me, but he is going to be good to go in this one. So yeah, New York Rangers first period, half a goal is my best bet. Rest of the card, again, Calgary, Boston first period over, Chicago, Vancouver first period under, Chicago first period tie no bet, Isles first period tie no bet, and the Capitals money line. So thanks everybody for joining in. We've had a couple people watch us live. Thanks everybody who's going to watch this as a video. I'm going to give out a free football play just because I only have one. Why not? I did a little same game parlay. A.J. Brown to score a touchdown and Tennessee Titans to win. It's plus 105. It's not the best value, but A.J. Brown has absolutely cooked the Titans in his career. And I don't think, or cooked the Texans in his career rather, and I don't think the Titans are going to lose this game. If that happens, my brain will explode. So that's all I got for you today. Be sure to follow the show on Twitter at Royal Bettors. Follow me at Jake_Rubel11. Even though he's not here, give my buddy Jake a follow at JakeElder19. I'll be back live with you tomorrow at 9 a.m. to break down a pretty hefty Monday slate in the NHL. We got to kind of reverse schedule this week because of the holiday on Thursday. Monday and Wednesday will be busy. Tuesday will be the slow day. And we'll be with you. I'll be with you every single day this week. Have a good Sunday, everybody. Enjoy football. Enjoy hockey. If you watch basketball, enjoy basketball. And have a good night. Take care, everybody.